What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to another Jacob Does Everything video. And yes, my voice does indeed sound very deep and such, but that's just because it's early in the morning instead of late at night, like it usually is when I record these. But yeah, in today's video, we're actually gonna start building the house. And when I mean build the house, I mean like literally this time, like we're actually starting the construction phase on the house, in which it this video might be our longest video on the channel yet, and that's just simply because um why is it nighttime? I thought I slept through the day the last time we were on. I don't think I did. But you know, we're building a house because last time we built a farm, and so this time we're obviously building the second step to that. And of course that entails building the farm. Okay, that's nice. Listen, pal. But I don't really know exactly where I'm building this house yet, if I'm gonna have to be completely honest. However, I think I am gonna put it down here in this general area, because in the end goal, I want this lake area to be transformed. I don't even want to use where I've started mining. So today's video is gonna be probably a 30-minute long video, in which that will be our longest video on the channel quite yet for this series. And I'm gonna flatten all of this dirt and gravel down in this whole big area of gravel and dirt will be flattened down completely to where it's gonna look unrecognizable. And in fact, we'll notice that we'll just notice that everything that we're doing in this series has a meaning, obviously, like as every series does. But yeah, today we're just clearing out a big area of land, maybe starting a little bit on the house. I think we will start on the house a little bit. Now, do I have a custom design I really want to do for this house? Not exactly. I've not thought of one yet. I will look on YouTube for simple house designs, probably. And when I do that, I will probably list the link below of who I'm watching or who I'm using for this, because I usually do that. Or not link, but I'll credit who I watched for the video. I probably will put the link of the video in that description when that time comes. But for now, I think I think we might just do a basic little house for now, just so we don't have to live in that underground cave area, and I don't want to live in there for much longer. And I did not think about this, but I do not have any I didn't make a backup shovel, so I guess we're gonna have to make a backup shovel. And in that case, I will steal a piece of a piece. We'll just steal two for the safety part of it, and just so we can have two shovels. Okay, apparently I did not do that. There we go. So we have two shovels. That should be perfect for a, complete excavation project like this, where all we're doing is we're clearing out the dirt, and we're going to leave it as dirt underneath. And for now, obviously. And I think I'm going to go back to about this point right here. Maybe a little further back. Now, the reason I'm doing this, I was thinking about, building the house in the last video, but obviously I didn't do it. And the reason I didn't do it is because I was like, well, I think building a farm and then I think building a house in the same video just wouldn't flow, I think, as well. So instead, we are going to indeed do it this way. Oh, I did not mean to do that. To where one video was the farm, and then the other video is building or starting the house. And the house will probably take a few episodes, depending on how I want to build it and stuff. Because obviously, I want to be able to deck out this farm area as well. And in fact, here, I'm going to collect these saplings because I will replace these trees at some point. But, like, I do want to build, like, a little farming house over here on this side at some point. and so that will supply all the materials and stuff for the farm, because I want to be able to actually, yeah, we're gonna go back to this one. I want to be able to, just be able to have the supplies we needed for the farm while also making sure it's in a good spot. And so with all this dirt we're, excavating and stuff, I'm probably going to expand the farm out more onto the lake area. And the reason I'm going to be able to do that better is what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this kind of thing, where this water source will be here, and it will be able to supply this, and then I'll be able to do it here. I'm just placing it. I don't know why it's not letting me place here. I might have thought I was standing on that block or whatever. But the reason I'm going to do it here is so I can do that. And then I can do this, and I can go out by 4. And that way... Actually, I can go out by 1 more. I thought that was 4, but it was not. This is 4. And I can go out by 4 and use all my dirt that I'm collecting with the excavation. And then I can build more of the farm. Now, of course, this part of the farm will probably be a while before it actually comes out, obviously. Or before it gets built, because, Okay, hold on, I need to see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, we're fine here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to repeat the same process here. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to stop the farm right here. And then I'm just going to build a dirt little thing down the entire row. Just so we can add, like, a fencing or something. Just so mobs can't get in. Or, like, specifically drowns can't get in. And that should help with our process. Now we're going to continue excavating for the house. And I actually have it all done. And so what we're going to do here is, I don't even have the material. And hold on, the video may pause for a second. I have to disconnect my controller and then reconnect it. I have to connect a different controller and then connect a different one again. The reason I have to do that is sometimes this controller I bought from Amazon does just turn off by itself. I don't understand why it does that, but it does that. And it's annoying. But here, what we're gonna do with all of this is we're just gonna collect the leaf litter off the ground. And honestly, I think you can burn leaf litter in this game, if I'm not mistaken, in your furnaces and stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. The reason I'm getting rid of all the leaf litter is because I love it, but I'm gonna have to remove it at some point anyways. And I'm about to remove this tree, so why not? Why make it a little easier on myself? I love leaf litter. I think it's one of the coolest additions that Minecraft has ever added. I forgot that this leaf litter grows back pretty quickly. I forgot about that. But that way, so like when I do go to build here, which I'm not going to build the house directly here, no. Like I'm going to build it about here, and actually I'm going to go ahead and cut out my area of the house of where I want it to be. So I don't want it to be too close to the farm. I want it to have about 4 blocks space, so here. And then we're going to build it all the way up like this. And I'll probably keep it about to here. It'll go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Actually, let's make it 6 just to make it even. And it'll go boom, 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 boom. Here, stop, turn, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I miscounted that. Shut up. Don't make fun of me in the comments. So this will be 1, 2, 3. Wait, hold on. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks. And then it should be 12 blocks actually all the way around if I actually did it right. So yeah. I just got pinged on Discord for something. Hold on. Hello. Anyways, YouTube, please don't copyright strike me for that. Anyways. So, now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to burn these logs the oak logs that I have. Or birch logs, the reason I'm burning these is because I just don't use birch like ever. So we're going to burn all of my birch logs that I have. And we're going to go ahead and start replanting some trees. And when I mean some. We have a lot of dirt now. And a lot of these wildflowers. And I love flowers in Minecraft. So we might go on an adventure at some point where I just go hunting for flowers, quite frankly. And it should be amazing. Now, obviously, you guys did okay on the last Minecraft video. You got me about 40 views as of right now. The one before, though, got 96. And so I want this one to get up in between 40 and 100. So, just do better. I'm not saying, like, you guys have to, pay attention, like, watch the whole video. But just watch it a little bit. Because, I do pay attention to how many views I get and stuff. And the watch hours are important. Because we're trying to hit that 4,000 watch hour mark at some point. And that will mean I'm probably going to start uploading 3 videos a week. Which is going to suck for me. Because I'll be pretty much constantly recording. Well, I'll be recording probably Saturdays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Saturdays, obviously, of course, being the video that will be on Monday, because I don't want to record on a Sunday or anything. So here we go. This is the exact house layout right now as we speak. We're going to go ahead and start filling it in with stone. Now, obviously, I don't have... I obviously don't have nearly enough stone to fill in this giant space. And this will probably be a 2-leveled house, so expect a big one. This is a huge house. Hades, please stop. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and fill all of this. Actually, yeah, there we go. Just to see if my idea actually works or not. Which it looks like it will, so that's perfect. And then, like I said, there's going to be a fence that goes along this entire outer ledge. And actually, I don't know what I'm actually was about to say. Never mind. So now we're going to start on the oak pillars. And I would place them on these concrete. But then I'd be like, well, then people would probably be like, well, it's kind of a waste to, like, build all of that stone, or put all that stone just to put the wood over it. So we're not going to do that. Instead, the outer layer of the house will not be on the stone. It will be on the grass side of it. So it's going to look a little better in terms of that matter. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to do the same thing on this one, except I'm going to cut this tree. I'm going to go ahead and cut these 2 trees down. And we're going to turn these into the fences that will be around the farm. And in fact, what I'm going to do in a second is I'm going to create a crafting table so we can, easily manage this down here. And then we're going to go boom, and then we're going to go boom, boom. And then we're just going to put a crafting table, like I said, about right here for now. And I'm going to create all of this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create I'm going to make a half stick. So let's just do like half of this and then half of that. Should be half of both of those, right? Yeah, 40, 40. Okay. So we're going to make half of this into sticks. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm stupid, guys. Hold on. My brain's not working. So yeah, 40, 40, and then 20, 20. And then we make all those sticks. That will be 60. Yeah, that would be more sticks than obviously what we need. And then we can do about boom, 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 boom. Now, obviously, like I said, I have way more sticks than what I need. And so what we're just gonna do is we're gonna cut down more birch trees. Now, I don't think 30 is enough actually to go around this entire thing. That's a trident with it, or that's a drowned with a trident. That's nice. He should leave us alone since it's daytime. And yeah, like I said, nowhere near enough fencing to complete that whole cycle. So we're kind of in this video, we're just doing more upgrades to the farm and stuff than we are to the house. Like obviously we started on the house. It's not gonna be able to be finished by today, obviously, but obviously we're trying our best here with the house, obviously. And what we're gonna start doing is the house will at least be, the ceiling will be 4 blocks high. I do know that. But we're gonna go ahead and start on the I don't know why I'm clicking it, it's just spamming it. I'm gonna do that instead, just so I don't spam. But what we're doing is I'm gonna just place down this basic layer, which, like I said, is on the outside of the house. So I think this should be. Well, I think it's technically a little smaller. It is, anyways. So I'll probably cut this back by 1 block again, just to give it a little breathing room. Because that side has 2, so might as well make this side have 2, right? And so now we have the breathing room. So now what we're going to start to do is we're going to start to sketch out where the windows are going to be. And that's usually the easiest part, honestly, is sketching out where the heck these windows are going to be. Obviously, we're going to build this top ring as well. Because, well, obviously, I'm not putting windows that are going to reach from, here, like, higher. And so, what I'm doing is I'm just building these 2 parts of it, so then I can figure out where these windows are going to be. I don't want to put windows on the corner pieces either. In fact, I want to try to avoid that if possible. The reason I want to avoid that is because it's annoying, honestly. Whenever I see like windows on a curved, piece, it's like, ugh, it looks kind of bad. But yeah, this is the house so far. It's looking okay. Obviously, it's not looking the greatest that's going to look. Obviously, these trees will come back in time. In fact, I will rebuild this forest up when it's done, just with mainly oak trees, so I can, mine them when I need them. We're gonna do this real quick, and then what we're gonna do... Actually, I'll go ahead and just convert the rest of that into planks, because I don't think we're gonna need them much longer. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna really start to sketch out these windows. I want to make this window over here 3 blocks like this, or 2 blocks. Even though you're facing the hill, you're still gonna want a window here. We're gonna go doom, doom, and then this one can... Actually, that's 2. I can't count. So then this will also be 2. And then this one can be 2 as well. Now, like I said, some of these windows are a little, like, the walls are the same length, but so is this. So everything is the same length as the other stuff. I made sure of that, so I don't, have to make any different adjustments, really. So this will be the front. This will be a window here. Then we can have a huge window here. Like 4 windows would be like a 4 wide window. And since it's about to be nighttime, I don't want to get speared by this trident, so we're gonna go inside. But first, I'm gonna murder Betsy here because Betsy has some delicious beef I'd like to have. Now, like I said, I don't have all the materials to complete the house, but my kind of goal for today is to just have the materials ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here, and it's going to sound really stupid, honestly. And I'm actually, to make the travel down these stairs a little easier, because I know you can start hitting your head about here. So we're just going to start taking it out, which will also give me the stone that we need. And in fact, it might give me enough stone by the time we're done, because I have to go all the way down the staircase. Now, obviously, when I do in the video for today, I'm going to let the game run a little while longer, just so we can smelt all of that stuff, that, for like the stone and all that. And I know this isn't fine where it's at, but I'm actually going to take it back one more just so it looks a little better. Because you obviously do get really close to the stone when you're like that, and so I don't want you to feel like you're about to hit your head, obviously. Because I don't want that. I really don't want that, with this at all. So, yeah, we're currently doing the stonework to, get up and down. Now, obviously, 43 should be more than enough stone to have. And so what we're going to do, I'm going to take the chicken out, and I'm going to take this charcoal out, obviously. I'm going to split the charcoal in half, put 29 of it in here, or 25 of it in there, and put the other half in there. What we're going to do next is we're going to put actually, I'm just going to put it all in one smelter, actually. I don't feel like separating them at all. Oh, look at that. We have more birch here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and make the fence gate, just so I don't forget about it. Then we're going to create 3 of these, and then we're going to sleep. We're going to do a few more things before we end today's video. I did hear an Enderman out here, so I'm going to be weary of that. And I'm also seeing 2 to 3 creepers. So we're going to be a little weary and a little sound aware that those things could just pop out of nowhere. So where I'm going to put this fence gate is actually going to be, well, kind of right where the fence stopped, actually. Oh, that's not where I wanted to put it. This game. So we're pretty much finishing the few things we can do. And then we're going to go boom, 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 like that. And then we're going to finish the windows, the planning out for the windows. And then we're going to call it a day, guys. And I'll probably finish this flooring off camera, just so you guys don't have to watch that, because I know that can be boring. So, we're going to do a little bit of a different window design here. We're going to go 4 wide here. And we're going to go... We're actually going to have a few different windows here. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. And what we're going to do is I am going to actually cut out all this sand right here before we do go. Because, well, I did say, well, what am I going to do? Well, I am going to let some stuff smelt. And so when I said I'm going to let some stuff smelt, I mean, I'm collecting the sand that's right here. And then we're going to use it to, and my other shovel broke. We're going to create a wooden one. Just for temporary purposes. Obviously. Yeah, here we go. Create 2 of them. Just so I don't have to make another one if I have to. We're getting rid of all this sand here. And eventually this water will fill up again. I think it should. I don't think we should have that issue. And obviously if I make more sand that I need, then that's perfectly fine. And what I'm doing here, yeah, is I'm going to cut down this tree as well. Because we don't need this tree. Unless it's one of these big ones, which it is. So it might have to be a floater for a little bit. Actually, I think I might have gotten all the logs. I think I actually got all the logs. Nice. Okay. I thought that was going to be sand right here, but it's gravel instead. So then you actually have like a little area where a boat can come, like, it can come through here, go fishing, or it can go out that way. Which I don't know what's out that way yet, because we haven't actually explored that way yet. And we will eventually, obviously. Like, that is the eventual goal. We will travel that entire area. But right now we're staying local, because we're trying to finish adjustments here. We're trying to finish our little camp out area of where we're going to be at for the majority of this series. We're doing the majority of the upgrades and stuff. Because obviously, like I said, I do plan on making this a very long series. This series might go through the end of the year. And obviously, like, I don't really have a goal with this series. Like, of course, I want to go to the Nether, and I want to beat the Enderman, and I want to find a Bastion and all that. But obviously, like, that stuff takes a while to go do. So, like, if this series runs through next year, then let it run through next year is what I'm going to say. And the reason I'm saying that is, well, I want this series to have character to it. And a lot of my series in the past have lacked that, if I've ever continued them, which most of the Minecraft ones I usually just forget about, honestly. I'm sorry about that. But this series, we're not letting me forget about it. I have friends who actually remind me. My friend, CD Playlist, he's reminded me a lot to record for this. Or just is like, yo, when are you making your next Minecraft video? I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. And so that's what I like to have, as I have a few friends who are like, you know, when's your next Minecraft video? And it helps a lot. It helps me, you know, stay locked in, honestly, when I'm recording these videos as well. Because then I'm like, well, now I know who I'm kind of recording it for. Like, I'm recording it for not only some of my friends who watch my channel, but I'm recording it for people who also just are out in the random watching this channel. And so, if you come back, like, when I record again next week for this series on Friday, we may have this fence completely finished by then, and I might have the stone done. But I'm not going to do, like, I might not do any of it. Like, I might just sit here and let it smelt, so if the days are, like, higher, it's because I'm letting stuff smelt. Because I do want stuff to smelt while I'm doing this, obviously. So we're going to put this in here. And then this is making good progress. But I think that will do it for today's Minecraft video. Like I said, this video actually should be the longest one out of all of them yet. And it actually is the longest one out of all of them yet. And the reason I say that is, well, if you look at it, we posted a 23-minute long video is our longest. So this one will be by far the longest. It is about 30 minutes long. But if you guys enjoy, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, stay notified. We're going to start posting 3 videos a week, I think. And that should be fun. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, my friends. It's been nice talking to you. Bye.